as and when a takeover does happen, do you have any concern about your future, albeit that you've signed a 3-year contract here?
No, I don't, because I'm confident. I think I'm here on merit. I know that the club did their homework before asking me to be the manager, so I will take whatever comes in that respect. But my aim, quite simply, is to work for the club, to work for the people of Liverpool, to try and help the football team to win football matches, and the actual ownership of the club is going to be something which is above my head at all times, and it's not something which particularly bothers me.
What then do you see as your number one priority?
The number one priority is always the football team. There's no question of that. The number one priority is to try and help the team do a little bit better than it did last year, to try and get back into those Champions League spots where the club has always been and obviously still wants to be, and to make certain that my work is going to be on the field with the players at the training ground and on match day, and attempting really quite simply to do what I've always done, that is be a football manager and a football coach.
I've heard that you're meeting with Stephen Gerrard and Jamie Carragher this afternoon. Is that true, and what will you be discussing there?
Well, it's certainly true, and it's not so much a matter of what we're discussing. It's really a question of me being very pleased to meet them, very anxious to meet them as two key players at the club, and two key players in the future Liverpool Football Club, and two key players in my future as its manager. So I'm very anxious to speak to them, hear how they feel about the club, how they feel about things, and basically just to talk to them on general terms, general football terms.
What are you expecting, though, Roy? Obviously you'll be well aware of the problems off the pitch. Are you expecting to be given, I know you won't go into figures at this stage, but significant money?
It's not the right time to talk about that. You know, today it's a bit disappointing that on your first day it's matters of money which take precedence really over football matters. You know, I took the job because I wanted to be manager of Liverpool Football Club. I wanted to work with the players at Liverpool Football Club. I wanted to benefit from what I know many other managers have benefited from, the incredible fan base, the incredible support for the club that exists. I wanted to be part of that, and you know, the financial situation at the moment in many clubs is not what everyone would want it to be, and I know that the chairman in particular is working extremely hard to put that right. So I'd like in future really to sign off my statements vis-a-vis the financial side of the club and pass them all over to Mr. Broughton here, who's much more qualified to speak about it than I am.
Have you spoken to the owners, Roy, at all?
Yes, I've spoken to them. There was a conference call and had a brief talk with them last night, yes.
Was there any thought in your mind about maybe holding on a little bit, see what happens with England?
No, that wasn't the case. You know, to be quite honest, when this job was first discussed with me, there was no question of there being any change in the England manager setup. 1, 2, I still don't expect there to be a change, and 3, there was never a question of, well, should I hold on and should I hedge my bets for something different because I want to be here. It was quite simply that. My only question was going to be, when Liverpool completed their due process, was I going to be the man they chose? And when that moment came and they said, you are the man we have chosen, then all other thoughts of jobs went out of my mind.
Last season the target was the title. Is that then your target this season?
Well, I think you're probably being unfair there. You know, certainly I'll bounce that question back at you, because I don't know that the previous manager, Rafa Benitez, would have gone out and said, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one target this year, we are going to win the league, because he's an intelligent and experienced football manager and he knows, like I do, you can't say those things. But the ambitions of Liverpool Football Club should always be at the very, very highest level. And that's where we're going to be aspiring to.
But Roy, every manager, I think, since Shankly has won a trophy here. Do you think you'll have the time to deal with that pressure?
Well, I hope so. Again, it's out of my hands to some extent, but I'm prepared to take the time it takes. Hopefully not very much time, but I'm here really for the long haul, as it were. I'm here to do the job that needs to be done, hopefully winning trophies very, very quickly, and if we can't, then I'll have to hope that the club has patience with me and gives me a chance to put it right in the following season.